You know our next guest from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and the Emmy-winning Best Comedy Hacks. Her new series is called High Potential. You can watch it Tuesdays at 10 right here on ABC. Please welcome Kaitlin Olson. Very beautiful. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Very good to see you. I feel like I've seen you a lot lately.
Yeah, it's a little bit too much.
I know you got a finger injury.
I did.
I got a finger injury.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
Yours is not bandaged. Mine is much more impressive.
Yeah, I had a bandage on this finger all week last week, but it's mostly healed now. I heal up quick. How'd you get yours?
Take it easy. I heal up quick too, Jimmy. I chopped it up pretty much off while I was making dinner. First I shut our entire production down with COVID, and then instead of relaxing, I made dinner and chopped my finger off.
What were you making?
I don't remember. Something with lemons, because the lemon was the culprit.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm left-handed, so
You're
it worked out nicely.
left-handed.
And it's just a pinky. Who needs it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that bandage is not low profile. That's a cartoonish. That's a ask me about my wound type bandage.
You don't like this? This looks like a club, and I'm not pleased with it.
You know, George Clooney used to work on ER. He could probably fix that for you.
You could bring him back out. I would really love to share the stage with him.
My wife, Molly, and I, we saw you and Rob at the, what they call the Creative Arts Emmys, which is the Emmys the weekend before the Emmys.
Yes.
That no one actually watches.
Right, the fake Emmys, yeah.
Yes, the fake Emmys.
Yeah.
We were seated right near each other. And Rob, and I feel like he didn't get any attention for this.
Yeah.
He was a hero that night.
I know what you're thinking of. We were sitting right in the front row, right by the stairs where people walk up, and a gentleman started wobbling before he got to the stairs and fell down the stairs on his way up. And Rob jumped out of his seat and helped him up. And when he got to the top, the guy still wasn't okay, so Rob walked him all the way out onto the stage to accept the Emmy, and stood there
holding the guy.
Holding the guy the entire, with his head down, like, I'm not part of this, holding him. And then at the after party, everybody was like, so how is Rob affiliated with Jeopardy? Because it was a Jeopardy
You know what the weirdest part of that whole thing was? There were probably at least 10 people on stage, right? Yeah. They let Rob hold their guy.
Yeah.
Like, this is a guy they work with every day.
They were like, this guy, he does this all the time.
It was very strange.
It was so weird.
And Rob's out there, you know, just kind of holding the guy, like looking around, waiting for somebody to come grab him.
I was just like, what? Is this going to end, or are you going to stay up there the whole time? He stayed up there the whole time.
And then Rob was rewarded for his goodness.
Yes.
Karmically, he won a second Emmy for Welcome to Wrexham.
Yes.
So that was nice.
Yes.
And then nobody had to hold him up.
No, nobody held him up. He was fine.
Now, you were also nominated.
I didn't win.
You didn't win.
Equally as fun.
What's the dynamic like when you're going home and Rob's got an Emmy and then you don't?
We haven't spoken for a week.
Does he try to tell you like that? It's not that big a deal?
Yeah, well, we spent 17 years not winning Emmys for Sunny, saying it's not a big deal. And yeah, the energy shifted. He's like, it's not a big deal.
And you disagreed, yeah.
I disagree. Now, I do think it's a big deal. And I have something to prove.
You were nominated for Hacks,
yes.
Which is a very funny show, on which you play, and this character name is especially interesting now, and I wonder if it was something you noticed when you started.
It was delightful.
DJ Vance.
DJ Vance.
Not to be confused with the man running for vice president, whose name is J.D. Vance.
No, not at all to be confused.
But if you have even just a hint of kind of dyslexia or confusion, you might be confused.
You might mistake them. Yeah, that was a delightful day for me when that that running mate was announced. Yeah, I retweeted a picture of my character and her tagline, what a which I thought was very appropriate, but...
You and Rob were at the televised Emmys. You you presented together, and you did a bit that compared, Rob's part compared Meryl Streep to a jockstrap.
Yeah.
Now, do you know Meryl Streep?
Not at all.
No. Before you do the bit comparing her to a jockstrap, do you give her a heads up?
Not at all.
No. Are you worried at all that she's not going to care for being that compared to
it crossed my mind, but I was like, you know what, it's funny. And then the most amazing thing happened. She was on camera, and she just went... And I thought, now I want to kiss her on the mouth.
You didn't bring the kids to the Emmys, did you?
We didn't bring the kids to the Emmys. No, they stayed with friends while we were out.
These are your boys?
That's one of them. Yeah. This one's mine on the left. And
Okay.
That's his friend. He was at his friend's house. Yeah.
Okay, so he's at his friend's house.
Yeah.
You took a picture of them raking the leaves.
So here's what happened. I wasn't there. I got a text from this guy's mom saying, the boys are out front raking the leaves. It's so sweet. And I was like, oh, that's nice and weird.
Yeah.
And then 5 minutes later, I got a text that just said, oh, with this picture.
Now,
That's my guy. I've never been more proud. Yeah.
yeah.
Raising them right.
Yeah, because all the parts are right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more graphic than they usually
I was
are.
going to say, I'm not sure what's going on here. I don't know if there was, maybe a severed finger situation. I don't know.
There's a jauntiness about it, but I understand what they were going for there.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, they're kids, Let them be creative.
Yeah, your new show is called High Potential. It premiered tonight on ABC.
Yes.
Welcome to the ABC family.
Thank you, Jimmy.
And this is a show which I thought was great. You play this character, this woman who's like a cleaning lady,
Yeah.
who's a genius.
Yes.
Got a very high IQ.
Mm-hmm. She's got a very high IQ, and she ends up knocking over a bunch of evidence while she's cleaning up the precinct, and notices that they've made a mistake, and the person that they think is a suspect is actually a victim, and it all goes from there. And she ends up working with the police and helping them solve
She's
crimes.
able to make connections that most people are not able.
She's able to see things that they're missing based on her just experience and just different thinking, and and they make a fun.
In the episode, she said that all churches face east.
Did you know that?
Is that true?
It's true.
All churches face east.
Or I don't know. Ask my writers. I am with conviction saying it's true.
So you're saying that you're not a genius?
Jimmy, how dare you?
I'm asking. I'm not presuming.
I looked it up, and it's actually true. All churches face east, and she explains why. Sometimes the priests maybe thought they wanted the sun behind them to make them look very godlike.
Your character has an IQ of 160.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you
27.
Have you had Have you had an IQ test?
No. Don't laugh. What are you laughing at? No, in elementary school, my brother was tested and has an incredibly high IQ and was promptly put into the talented and gifted program. In the 4th grade, that's not a great thing because you're just taken out of your classes, basically just have like an arrow, like weirdo.
Really?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they would eat lunch at a different time, and they would have like different classes.
There was like a smart table at lunch?
There was a smart table. Yeah. And the dumb kids felt better about themselves by looking down on the smart table.
I see. But you were not in that group?
I did get tested, and they were like, you know what? You're good to stay in your normal class. Yeah. And that's all we have to really say about that.
Well, congrats on the show. It's called High Potential. You can watch it Tuesday nights, 10 o'clock, right here on ABC. Kaitlin Olson, everybody. We'll be back with the smashing